Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 10 American Heavy, the M6 Yo. This is a really fun tank. It features DPM, it features armor, it has mobility, and when you pair all of these things together, it allows the M6 Yo to actually be a really solid Tier 10. Now, it does have some big downsides in the fact that it doesn't have much armor. It's got some big old Mickey Mouse hatches on the roof, which are really easy to hit if you're a skilled player. But honestly, I also think those hatches are a really big upside, because a lot of people aim in on those hatches, especially when you're using gun depression. They miss you, and that actually gives you a really big advantage, because then you're able to clip them in return. Now, today we're running the triple shot, but I'll be honest, I think the double shot is just as effective. In fact, I think it is more effective in most games. There's a couple reasons why. First of all, you deal a lot more damage in especially a much shorter amount of time. I just had a game where I poked a Jagdpanzer. I bounced the Yag, and in return, I lost 800 freaking health. And that really irritated me, because in return, I did like 250 with a heat shell, and then he backed in the cover. If I'm running the double shot, not only do I get to pen that Yag, but I'm probably penning both. So, big difference there between the two. And it definitely is noticeable when you're driving the Yo. But here we go. Let's see what we can do in this battle. Our light tanks are going over to the medium flank, and our heavies are kind of... we don't really have heavies. So I'm actually just going to sit in mid and not do much else. We'll see. We have the T100 LT. We have the Caro all the way on the flank. We can almost hit that T100. Almost. There you go. 310. And... no, I'm not going to hit that one. But that's fine. I'm not moving up. I have played enough on this server today, and I'm no longer going to be the player that bleeds for my team. I will be the little greedy damage farming goblin that sits in spawn if I have to. Because look at our team. None of them are moving. We know that they're not on medium flank. It's not that hard to connect our one brain cell and realize that if the 200 LT bailed as fast as he could, then most likely there's no tanks on this flank of the map. But our team is going to wait for me to drive my heavy all the way over here to figure that out. Like, that's crazy. Well, we got the T100. There's one shell into that player, again. And, yep, there you go. T100's nuked. Okay. We have the Caro all the way in the back, so now I have to drive all the way to this Caro and probably get, like, no damage into the player. But maybe we'll get some damage. We'll see. I'm getting my clip loaded now, so let's aim in. There's a 313, a 306, and yeah. I could have put on shell reload boost, but there really wasn't a reason to so far. We're doing alright, though. We've done damage. We cleared the enemy medium flank, which didn't require too many brain cells, and now we're going to push up this ridgeline hull down. There's the 60 TP, there's the 113G. Alright, well, let's move right on up. This Foch is not super healthy. Oh, there's the 60 TP. There's one shell. I fat-fingered... well, I didn't fat-finger. I wanted to use the shell reload boost consumable, and I didn't. Remember I was talking about those hatches being really troll? That's your perfect example there. Like, the enemy team tried to hit my hatches and bounced all the shots. It does feel really great when you're able to get away with that. So we're going to put on shell reload boost. We're going to get one shell into the IS-7, two shells into the IS-7, and we ended up out-trading that player by quite a lot. We have the 183. Guess what? Tried to shoot me. I mean, it's a 183 player. They don't aim anyway, but that guy really thought he was going to get away with that and didn't. I can't believe that 183 thought that was going to be a good play. That's pretty funny. Alright, let's see. We're going to chill right here, and we'll wait. See if that 60 TP ends up poking. There's the IS-7. Good job, bro. You poked. Lost all of your health to an enemy 183. We got the 60 TP. We got a nice 290. This 183. Tried again. Again. Average 40%er. It's funny to me how hard that 183 is trying to snap his shots, too. Like, realistically, he probably could hit my, upper plate. But instead of aiming, he's just insta-shooting every time. It's not that hard to aim. It really isn't. Where are we going, Kron? There's one shell. Two shells. Can we... what is our Kron do? What am I looking at? Alright, let's move up and let's get a shell into... I was hoping we can get a shell into the 60. There you go. Nice 293. And we did 4,685 damage this game. This is a really good battle. And it showed where the Yo actually really excels. First of all, we have that great DPM, which we were definitely able to use in this game. But when you pair that DPM with the armor, like we blocked 3k. That 183, to be fair, blocked 2,000 of that 3k. I don't know what he was doing. Instead of aiming, he just shot center mass and hoped for the best. Honestly, loading high explosive would have been more effective. A lot more. I don't know. Those are the 183 players, though, that are the ones that always irritate me the most. Because sometimes they'll do that and just insta-pen you. They'll just go and pen you immediately. And then you're like, oh. But either way, really good game. We used our gun depression. And you notice the 113 GFT, the IS-7, even the 60 TP, you have these players that aim it on your hatch. And because of the way the turret's designed, the hatch is really goofy. And you do get a lot of bounces. So you have people that think they can cut through your hatch and they just don't. And it is very funny when it does happen like that. Okay, well, I am going to actually drive to the heavy flank. And the reason why is because I never actually go to the heavy flank. I'm going to see how it works. Okay, this could be terrible, and we're going to find out. What we're going to do to begin with is we're going to chill. They don't have any mediums, I just realized. So we're going to chill here. I think that this is the best spot to chill. And we have gun depression. I could have also sat my tank where the 30B is, but I think that this spot is completely fine. We have gun depression in this position. We have turret armor, and I have a feeling that we will see enemy tanks come over here. Let's see what happens. We also have this spot over here, but this spot you have to be really careful because the enemy tank destroyers on the ridgeline can hit you from here. I wish there was a way to climb up that hill from this spot. Alright, let's see. Let's move over here into this bush. Okay, there you go. We do have enemy tanks. Let's put on our reticle Cali and get one, get two. Not able to get the third shell, but that's fine. We back up. We're completely in cover. So what I'm hoping right now is the Yo actually has pretty good reverse speed. And I'm not sure what this 777 is doing, to be honest. But what I'm obviously hoping is that we can move up ourselves and get a clip into this 777, because bro is clearly the biggest bozo. Alright, let's move up, and here we go. Easy pen once, and let's get blocked by our 60 TP. Our 60 is so awful, bro. I actually got shot because of that. Wow. All our 60 TP had to do was stay in cover, and instead he, like, drove out in the open like a freaking mook, and just... Okay, whatever, bro. Whatever. You already know my complaints. It's just... Oh, great. Oh, we got really lucky. I don't know how the heck that E100 bounced us. I really don't. Alright. I just don't know why my 60 TP had to suck that bad. Like, not only did he miss all of his shots on the 777, but he also blocked, which didn't help me at all. Alright, let's move over here, and let's see if that E100 decides to poke this. The 268's no longer there. There's the E100. Let's back up. Aim it on the E100. There you go. Nice 327. Aim it on your lower plate again, and easy heat shell into your turret. I mean, that's great. And we just got a whole clip into that player. This is where that triple shot feels really, really nice, right? And in 5 seconds, we already have our shells back. So if that E100 tries to fight us again, he's, well, not really going to be able to do much. I don't really want to poke that, and I just can't really do much to counter that. So for now, I actually think a rather optimal play might be to get up the ridge, because, oh, we got the Yag over here. I feel like I could actually get a nasty clip into this Yag Panzer. I mean, the 100 is also a big threat still. Yeah, no, we're going to back up. We have the bat. Oh, wait, if that Yag's going to poke, though. It's like a free clip for me. There's one shell into the Yag. I'm going to pretend like I shot my clip. Come on. Ah, really? My heat shell couldn't pen that Yag at that angle? That's really surprising, honestly. I would have expected my heat shell to be able to pen that Yag. Alright, well, that's fine. We're going to back up. We have the U100 here. We also have the Yag in front. And we're going to put on our shell reload boost. We're going to get 1 shell into the Yag, 2 shells into the Yag, 3 shells into the Yag. That's 900 damage, and then we back into cover. Unfortunately, my teammate got obliterated, which is not great. Alright, we're going to reload again. And we got a little bit longer. Got the U100s here. So what we're going to do is we're going to over-poke. Come on, poke me. Oh, what? What is my RNG today, bro? Like, it's not a problem. I'm fine. And realistically, I'm not going to let this Yag shoot me, so I'm going to chill right here. And, like, even if the E100 shoots me, I'm not in a situation where I'm really worried. Like, what is this guy even doing? One nice shell, two nice shells. All we have to do is not low roll it. There you go. Like, I'm not worried. It's just, I don't know what my gun was doing there. Alright, let's reload. We got a little bit longer, and then we can get a clip into this enemy WZ. So we'll reload. 3, 2, 1. We got, okay. Something that you'll notice about this tank is that honk me me me. That's what I'm gonna say, honk me 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 right now. Like, that clip was such an easy pen, and it just screwed me over so badly. And there goes. Well, actually, we do get some extra damage. I'll take it. We got that. We got some of the shells out. The Yo is a weird tank, because while the gun is really accurate on the vehicle, it's only accurate if it's fully aimed in. When you're moving, it's really goofy on its dispersion, and it can be really irritating. But hey, we did top on the team, 5,400 damage. What more could you ask from the Yo? And we put ourselves in the perfect spot. We were able to stop anything that tried pushing over the heavy hill, and we were also able to shoot that E100 that poked through the other spot, and we stopped tanks that tried moving on the middle area. Actually, I'm going to use that spot more often. The problem is I normally climb up the heavy hill when I'm on that map, and I'm realizing that going up the heavy hill is actually rather useless, and what I should do is just sit at the base of the hill and wait for the enemy to make the misplay. And that's really the best way to go about it. You do need tanks on both sides of the map, because if you lose the heavy side, then what ends up happening is you only have the medium flank. And the problem is, heavies on the hill can shoot you from medium flank. So it's not a great combination if you lose either side of the map on Castilla, which is why I wanted to hold that flank, which then distracted the E100, distracted the other E100, gave me the opportunity to do what I needed to. Just spotting the heavy hill stopped that enemy E100 from being able to do anything. So here we are, one last battle in the Yo. Let's see how this one works out. Okay, well, we are going to start this game by maneuvering our tank into this ridgeline right here. We have the enemy Yo, we have the enemy 50B. Okay, perfect. That obviously stopped the 50B from making a play. We have the 5 over here. However, my Yo is getting absolutely nuked. Alright. I want to get some damage into that 50B. There's one shell. See, now, if we were using the double shot, we would have done so much more there. Because not only would we have hit the first shell, like, look at that. That Yo is running the double shot. We did 290 damage to that Yo. Where, if, you know, somebody was running the proper gun, it would have been so much more. Alright, so we have the 50B over here. And yeah, this 50B is learning his lesson. Bro is like, oh, I'm going to get away with this. Yeah, no, you're not. You're gone. You're garbanzo beans, bro. You always have these, like, autoloaders that think they can get away with these really stupid plays. And that 50B was 100% one of those players. Alright, so let's reload. Let's put on our accuracy. There's one shell into the Yo. Oh. Okay, well, we got 2. 563! I just realized that. What the frickin' cringe. 5... And yeah, what? That Yo on the enemy team just rolled 563 2 shots in a row. That is so bogus on so many different levels. That is like the ultimate level of bogus, bruh. 2 max rolls in a row. What the cringe. Like, actually, what the cringe is that? Well, there's one shell into the enemy Waffenträger. There's 2 shells. And we already start reloading, right? This is where the DPM feels great. I just can't believe that that enemy Yo just did 1,150 damage in those 2 shots. That is so freaking stupid. Alright, well, we know that the Waffenträger is over here, and I definitely don't want to be in a area where this Waffenträger can, like, nuke me, but at the same time, that tank is, like, so terrible that, yeah, I was about to say, I'm not really worried about it. It's a Caro. I don't want to be shot by the Caro. Oh, great. Oh, I thought that 183 was looking at me. He's not. Thank God. Okay, we're good. Now, this is, again, where the auto-loading gun on this tank feels way... Or the DPM feels way better than the non-DPM. There you go. Nice high explosives. Because, like, this Yo here... Oh. Well... Oh, we've got the V4, though. Okay, that's good. We back up. Can potentially get some big ol' shots out into this Jagdpanzer. Let's keep backing up, keep backing up, keep backing up. And... really? Bro, this Jag is the biggest wimp I've ever seen. Just, like, shoot me. Like, you didn't even get any damage into me. Oh my god, what a monkey, bro. Alright, well, at this point, there's only one tank left I care about, and that is the enemy 183. And that 183 is all the way over here. So we're going to aim it on his tank. We're going to get 1, we're going to get 2, and we are going to get 3. We got that whole clip out before our Yo even got his clip reloaded. And again, it's such a good example of where both guns have their advantages, right? The double shot has that, in that beginning game moment, that 50B, I could have gone bam, bam, and done 900 damage to that player with the double shot. But in return, with the triple shot, I was just able to deal so much more damage in the later game situation. I was able to farm that E5, I was able to get that clip into the 183, I was able to shoot that Jagdpanzer, I was able to get so much more damage out than the double shot Yo because I simply reloaded my clip and got my shells out faster. So, again, there are advantages for both tanks, but I can definitely tell you that overall, the triple shot is better, and you can see why. 3 games, 3 back-to-back, super solid farms. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.